Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to take off, and we would like to request your attention as we go through the safety procedures of this aircraft.
To fasten your seatbelt, place the metal end inside the buckle. On Air GYD, you can keep your smartphones and tablets on as long as you're running the Global Youth Day app.
A life vest is located just under your chair. When directed, pull the tab, take out the pouch, and tear. Once you tear, take out the life jacket, and once directly outside of the plane, you pull.
Seatbelt sign on. Air GYD ready for takeoff. It's your captain again. We have reached our cruising altitude of 41,000 feet. Sit back, relax. The seatbelt sign is now off. You can feel free to move around the cabin.
That's great, right here in our backyard in Washington, D.C. They look very enthusiastic, even in the rain.
I know. Sometimes you think, well, it's going to be raining. Let's go ahead and postpone. Let's do it another time. But they were determined to continue to follow through with the plans they had in place, and praise the Lord for that. And I think that's the difference between some of the older generation and the younger generation says, you know what, let's go ahead and make this happen. So praise the Lord for the young people willing to do that.
Well, that's fantastic. And now we're going to go from Washington, D.C., where it's, I looked outside during one of the breaks, and it looks like it's kind of snowing here. We're going live right now all the way to Hawaii, where we have Puya Fani joining us there live. They did a homeless project. Are you there, Puya?
Yes, aloha.
Aloha. And welcome.
Thank you for having us.
It's our pleasure. Puya, tell us a little bit about your day today and how it went out in Hawaii.
So as you know, it's only 1:30 in the so it's still pretty early. So in the morning, we mainly focus within our local church, and we prayed with our elderly people. But right now, we are at a place called IHS, which is the Institute of Human Services, providing help for the homeless and the poor.
And how did you decide on that project? How did you decide that's what you wanted to do today?
Well, you know, we look into possible options, possible ministries, and we look into, you know, different organizations that are here. And this happens to be an open one where they welcome us and provide us the opportunity to, you know, find out more about this organization and help them out for not just for one time, but a long-term commitment.
Well, we're looking at some pictures right now of your team in action, and aside from the beautiful weather and the blue skies that we can see, it really looks like you had an impact on the community. Is this the first time that you guys did something like this?
Yes, this is the first time that we've tried this. We first heard about it at the JCI conference, the Just Claiming conference in California back in February. So when we watched the video, that was the first time we've ever heard of the Global Youth Day.
Okay, and what's your name, by the way?
My name is Sage.
Sage, okay. And who else do we have there? Hi.
This is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, tell me about your day today.
Well, I'm supposed to tell you more about the place that we're at. So
okay.
We are at IHS, it's the Institute for Human Services, and what this is, it's an emergency shelter, and it was founded by this guy named Father Dutiel, who used to, on his birthday, go pass out peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to the homeless people. So he called it his peanut butter and jelly sandwich ministry, and this has grown into something so big. It's now in 6 sites here, and they feed like over 800 meals a day, and they really focus on not just making stay here, but trying to find housing for people, because in Hawaii, it's such a problem with homelessness and houses are just so not available. And it has amazed me at just how basic the needs that people are meeting here. Like, they're not doing this big, awesome, like, it's awesome, but it's not some unreachable thing. It's like they're providing them with towels and blankets and razors and, you know, just basic stuff that we have sitting in the corners of our house, and it's just like, no, I can help here too.
And those little things can make such a big difference for them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Elizabeth, okay, who do we have here? We have somebody else. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Hey, my name's Dustin.
Hey, Dustin. So what are you going to share with us today?
So what I'm going to be sharing is kind of what we've actually learned from this experience. One thing that we have learned is stuff that's actually not normally like one of those ideals that you have for like giving for these types of donations. What they really point out to us is for adult depends. That is one thing that they're really needing here. And all of the soaps and stuff, just all this type of stuff that we take for everyday items that we use like every day, and they just want them so bad and they need them.
It's so very true, and oftentimes it just takes listening to the people in our community and asking what they need and not giving maybe what we think that they need. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm Michael.
Hi, Michael.
How are you?
So tell me about your day, or what are you going to share with us today?
Well, today what we're doing here at the Institute for Human Services is we are going to be sorting through all their donations here, which is a lot from what I have seen so far. And then we are going to help them by organizing the room that hands out all the donations. And then we're going to be cleaning it up and tidying everything.
That's great. I mean, it sounds like these may sound like simple things, but every little thing that you're doing makes a big difference for somebody else in need.
Yes, it does.
So what's next for the youth in Hawaii going forward? So we had this one special day today, but what about keeping that up and making a difference in the people's lives going forward?
Yeah, so with the particular place we're visiting here, the IHS, they actually need volunteers on a regular basis. So hopefully we'll be signing up, and we'll be, in particular, the Aiea Adventist Church will be jumping on the project, and then we'll be helping them for whatever volunteer area that they need. And our hope is, by next year Global Youth Day, not just our church, but the rest of the churches here in Hawaii will be able to join for this Global Youth Day.
And we have a bunch of more youth here. This is just a small board. They're all in the back.
How many young people did you have participate today?
We have about 40 people.
Oh,
so,
great.
Yeah, decided to come do this interview, but yeah, we're all working in the back right now.
That's right. They got to keep going since you're just in the middle of the day over there. Well, hey, thank you so much for what you're doing, for sharing what you're doing all the way in Hawaii. We're really impressed and really appreciate what you're doing as part of Global Youth Day. All the best to you going forward.
Thank you for having us.
All right, aloha.
And that was Brother Puia.
Yeah.
He actually is one of our student missionaries.
Really?
Yeah, who applied through our program and went to Hawaii. And we got there, people loved him, and he went ahead and extended and stayed for the entire year. So Eric Vandenberg, the youth director out there, is telling nothing but great things about this young adult who decided to give a year of his life to serve in the island of Hawaii. Yeah,
and maybe just take 10 seconds and let people know what you do, what your day job is, and because you're very knowledgeable about volunteers and young
well, what
people.
Happens, I'm privileged to serve as a director of the Office of Volunteer Ministers here for the North American Division, and so we recruit, train, and equip volunteers to serve not once a year like this particular project, but throughout the entire year. And so Brother Puia, I think it's Puia.
Yeah, I think so.
He is one of our student missionaries who decided to take that 1 year off to go ahead and serve, and it's been a blessing in the island.
And already making such a big difference over there, especially today.
So I was excited to see them on the screen.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have started our descent. Your seatbelt sign is now on.